Starting us off, Frog here. Let's play Europa Universalis IV. Crimea. Crimea River. I have no idea what I'm going to call this series yet. You'll know by now because it'll be online, but it may just be simply called Crimea. So here's where we left off, right? So I can close this. We're good to go. Here's where we are. If you've never played Europa Universalis IV, let me tell you, you're in for a treat. I'm going to try and talk through everything that I'm doing, every decision I'm making. There's going to be a lot of discovery in this because, again, I have not played this in quite some time, so there are some new expansion level things that I just don't know. And I went hog wild during the Steam summer sale and downloaded everything. The only thing I don't have are what are called, what are they called? They're not content packs. I don't know. I don't have some of the art. So some of my units don't look like they could have or whatever. Like if I zoom in on this dude, like maybe he's not wearing the official content pack, whatever. Like who cares? Okay, so first off, you can zoom in and out, right? Sorry to make you sick. And you can only see some of the map. So there's Terra Incognita pretty much everywhere. Being a horde, we have access to all of the horde information that is out there, so we can share, because the Golden Horde used to stretch from here to here. So as a former member of the Horde, we can see everything. There are some Western nations that can see all of this, can see some of this. Basically, depending on what your history was in the game, tells you how much you can see at the beginning of the game. Then throughout, we can get more. So either by exploring it directly or by getting deals with other countries to get more maps. And I'm sorry, I'm learning. I might have to turn on the step scroll on my mouse to prevent it from going in too fast. So this game is based up in different provinces. We're going to be playing a bunch of different provinces. So we can click in. Here's what a province looks like. So when we get in here, this is Yedishkul. It's in the state of Yedistan. We'll talk about states later. But this is Yedishkul. And I can, if I want to rename it, I can click here and type whatever I want. Yedishkul is fine. I'm not going to rename a whole bunch of stuff, I don't think. I'll rename generals and that. Rulers will name them after viewers, but we're not going to rename provinces for the most part. There's a whole lot of information here. I don't want you to get intimidated. If you don't want to know all the nitty-gritty details, you don't have to know all the nitty-gritty details. Just enjoy the conquest. This is at its core a 4X game. It's exploration, exploitation, extermination, and whatever the fourth X is that I can't remember. But it is essentially one of those games. You don't think about it that way, but a grand strategy game is a 4X game. So you don't have to get into the details. We're going to. I'm in finance. I like spreadsheets, so we're going to get into the details, but you can gloss over that and you can just watch along. I promise you that the videos will pick up speed. The setup is the slowest thing. This whole episode is probably going to be nothing but setup, and then we're going to get into more interactions. But I also want to explain what this game is about because it's been so long. So I want to talk about what I know, discover what I don't know, and share that with you to hopefully make it so that way you can feel more comfortable to start your own game of Europa Universalis IV. That's kind of why I wanted to pick something that's pretty straightforward. The Crimeans are relatively straightforward. They are Sunni, which gives us a little extra mojo in our dealings with religion. But for the most part, this is a pretty straightforward country to run. The decisions you make at the beginning are to decide what way you go. There's not a lot of directions because you can't go everywhere. You're not big enough to do that. The Ottomans, for instance, are probably a lot harder to play, which sounds counterintuitive, but because there's so many options. Here we're kind of limited. We're going to pick option A, B, or C and stick with it because you cannot jump back and forth. Okay. It's easier to convert to Sunni probably than the other way around. That's probably also true. But I don't know. I'm playing one around with the volume level in my ear. I can't figure out how it sounds. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet for you. I mean, it looks like it's a good balance, but I don't know. Oh, right, we have access to Eastern music. This is going to be interesting. I haven't played an Eastern nation in a while, so some of the music's different. All right, so here is a basic province. Forget the buildings for a second. So here is a basic province. We'll talk about buildings in a moment. It tells you what your actual, and as you can see, there's keyboard shortcuts for bloody everything. This is the name of the province. This is the name of the state. We could talk about states later, but essentially it's very simple. These are a list of the provinces in the state, and then we don't own the state, so we're not going to talk about the rest of it. But it gives you a couple of things. One, it tells you what the terrain type is and gives you a pretty picture. So this is the steppes. So supply limit is +6, which means you can have more troops here. And your development cost is more because there's nothing here. So if you want to develop it, you have to bring in the resources, right? There is a river that flows between this province and two other provinces that matters for things like combat. because the attackers will have a negative penalty when crossing a river, unless your maneuver is high enough, which is why maneuver is good. Oh my god, this music, I can't find the right level. Oh my god, this wasn't mixed. Oh, what's this bad boy up here? Yeah, much better. Yikes. You can click here to see the whole province. This was annexed by me on November 12, 1444, because that's the first day of the game. But you can see like where it's changed hands and all this other stuff. So we have these are what I was talking about our development points. So there are 3 types of development, just like there's 3 types of mana that we can use to buy things. And indeed, to produce each of these things, we would have to spend points. So if I hover over this, it says spend 61 administrative power, improve base tax by 1, which would do the following things, which is so good. These tooltips are so much better than they used to be in the game. You don't even know. So we'd get slightly more tax income a month. 0.04 ducats doesn't sound like a lot, but it builds up over time. Local recruitment time goes down. Feudalism goes up. Feudalism is good. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's one of the types of things that we're doing. And then we get the tribes estate goes up by 1.3 because they must control this province. We'll get into those. The base cost is 50% power, but then you can see that the steps give us a negative, and development gives us a negative. They're positive because it costs more. That's why it's 61. It should be 61 for all, which it is. And then you can do anything. So you can exploit it too, which means we want it to go down 1. If we need some quick cash, we need some quick sailors, we need some quick manpower, we can do that. Don't do that. It's really bad. It's almost always, if you're clicking that, you have other problems that you need to solve elsewise. So we have no colonist here. If we had a colonist, we could promote settlement growth. It doesn't matter to us. And there's your development level, and this just tells you at a glance what it costs to raise things here. You can raise the province, raise R-I-S-E, raise with a Z. You can basically take all its resources essentially for yourself, but you can't do it to your own provinces because generally the people don't like that. So you don't. This is our symbol. We have a core. Nobody else has a core or a claim on this land. That's good. There will be plenty of claims from Lithuania eventually. Lithuania is scary, so I think we're going to try and want to ally Lithuania to attack the Horde. I think that's going to be the best bet. Lithuania doesn't like the Ottomans though, so it's going to be a really careful kind of dance to do this. At least they typically don't. We'll see. We'll click in and find out. But it gives you a whole bunch of stats, so you can see what your tax is. So every year I get 0.17 ducats from this, 0.11 ducats from actual production that happens, which gives me a total of 0.28 ducats per month. This is not per annum. This is per month. So every month we get 0.28 ducats from this province. You can see the unrest level. There is no unrest, which is great. It's actually negative 4.9, but it can't go negative, so it's 0. With the Ottomans, you can fight off Lithuania. Yes, that is true. And with Lithuania, you can fight off the Ottomans, generally. So it's what's your balancing act. What do you want to do? I think the Ottomans are better. I'm pretty sure we looked at this last time and decided the Ottomans were better. I'm thinking the same thing. You can raise autonomy, which is really dumb in this instance, but it would lower unrest. There is no unrest. There's no reason to do that. You also can do all these different things once we get up to a certain level. First off, we're not in the HRE, so we can't join the HRE. You have to be Christian to be in the Holy Roman Empire, right? So there's a bunch of stuff we can't do. It tells you how your military stacks up, how the trade stacks up. Again, this is all math. The only thing you really look for here is the provincial war score cost. That tells you if I were to fight this province in war, how much war score I'd have to demand this province and get it. So this isn't like I have to have this, but that's like your guideline. And it tells me that, oh, this is good. The total war score for all Crimean provinces is over 100%, which means we cannot be annexed in one war. So even if we get into a disastrous war, we will still exist. So that's good. We're not at war, so we're not going to talk about this part. And then we could talk about trade when we talk about trade. We are producing salt. Salt's current price is 3 because everything's current price is 3 at the beginning of the game. In December, that'll take over to what it actually is. So we'll see what that is. I can recruit people here. I can build ships here, and I can hire mercenaries here. All of these things we will do at some point. And I can build the buildings here, which we will also do at some point as well. But buildings are expensive. We don't have that kind of money, so it'll be a long time. That's basically I close buildings until we get ready for them. That's what a province looks like. If you right-click on a province, you actually will get the country. This is what our country looks like. So it'll tell you who our enemies are. So these people already said, screw you. We don't like you. Moldavia? It's bold. Is Moldavia not a vassal under... They're not. Moldavia doesn't start as a Poland vassal. Moldavia does, right? Yeah, but not Moldavia. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Last time I remembered playing, again, this is like months ago. I don't really remember the one from last month. Moldavia was a vassal under Poland. That was a long time ago. Interesting. They're guaranteed, though. Yes, I mean, you still can't attack them, but they are independent. They can make their own choices, which is what surprised me. We're also at war with Genoa. Well, we're at war, but Genoa says they didn't like us. So the enemies are the people that say they don't like us. The Great Horde doesn't like us, so screw you. We're going to go for Ottomans and Lithuania and go after the Horde. They're done. We have Casus Belli, which is the only way you can declare war without some steep penalties. And we have that against Lithuania and Genoa because they have land of ours. So that's the Reconquest Casus Belli. I swear to God, my volume's going up and down. Reconquest means that they have cores of ours that we can go and try and get. Tribal conquest, it's just we're a horde, so we can attack our neighbors, essentially. And tribal feud means that we can attack our neighbors that are also hordes. So tribal feud means that we can attack any horde that's next to us. Tribal conquest means we can attack any non-horde that's against us. So it's a beautiful thing. We almost always have a Casus Belli, which is great. There's our ruler in detail. His personality is nothing because he's a human player. If I come over to Lithuania, we can see Lithuania as a diplomat. He likes making deals. The Ottomans are militaristic. They do like us, though, so that's actually really good. Whereas Lithuania does not. I think we're going to make Lithuania try and like us because that way they won't kill us. Whoa! They've rivaled Denmark, Novgorod, and the Great Horde. That's interesting. So they're not against the Ottomans. The Ottomans have rivaled Hungary, the Mamluks, and Aragon. So that's no big deal. We might be able to get Lithuania and the Ottomans both on our side because they don't hate each other. Oh my God, this could be cool. And then we basically strike down the Great Horde. As long as we give Lithuania a little piece here and there, they're not going to complain. They can have a little piece for a little bit until I crush them. Yeah, Great Horde's going to be our target. No guy likes us. It's the base like. Again, most of this is going to change in December, but we'll see. Wow, the Great Horde really does not like us. Cool. So didn't really want to pick some rivals. I'm going to pick at least two. So we're going to rival people that are nearby and that don't like us or that have also rivaled us. First off, the Great Horde, we're going to rival them. We're going to counter-rival them because we know we're going to want their land. We are also going to rival... I really don't care about Moldavia. We're going to rival Genoa because they're garbage, so we're going to rival them. And I think we don't have to pick a third one, so we're going to float on it a little bit, but I think it's going to be Circassia. I really do. I'm going to see if they end up getting guaranteed by anybody. Because if they do, that could be sticky. If they get guaranteed by the Horde, it's fine. But if they get guaranteed by like the Ottomans or no guy, that could be brutal. But I think that's going to be our natural next choice. Okay, so we've set some rivals. The next thing we need to do is send a messenger or diplomat to our rivals. Because I would like to do some things. I just leave all this open. I need to issue an embargo. So I'm going to say your trade is stupid. We don't like you. The same thing to Genoa. Your trade is stupid. We don't like you. Because that gives us some power projection. Power projection is a very, very good thing. The more power projection you have, the better off your stats are. At 25 power projection, you can get an extra military leader, which is nice. And at 50 power projection, you get 3 extra mana a month, which is huge. Absolutely huge to get 3 extra mana a month. So we're definitely going to do that, which is why we probably want to pick a third rival, to be honest with you, but we'll get there. All right, let's take a look. This bar up here gives you all sorts of information. One, that's us. So anytime I want to go to us, I just click that. Opens and closes that. Right. I can also go here to see the list of great powers. France is indeed a great power. I don't know why I thought they weren't, but there you go. We're a little bit behind. We're just 220 score to go, and we can we're never going to be a great power. And we also paying 150 base. Oh God, we're not feudal. This is just the worst. Hard to see this bar. Oh yeah, because it's underneath my little thing. That's unfortunate. What do I do about that? I could bring the stream bar to the bottom, but then it's going to cover up all the wars. I'll think about that. Let me know what your thoughts may be, because I can't just move the bar Very tricky. I could try and move the stream header somewhere else. But again, if it's on the bottom, it's going to cover the things. What I could do, what I really should do, is just cut the left-hand side of the stream bar. We'll think about it. The first week on YouTube, sorry. Hopefully I'll think of something by the next week. But it's got all the stats that you can't see. And it tells me the status of my country. Basically, how much money I have, how much manpower I have in reserves, how many sailors I have in reserve, which deals with boats. What the stability is, the higher stability, the better. What my corruption is, you currently want it to be 0. Prestige, the higher prestige, the more stuff you get, but that does decay over time. And then your unity. In this game, we have horde unity. And we've got that. 10 away from what? The YouTube number? Or the Twitch number? Because I can't see them. They're too small on my screen. Twitch number. Nice. 200 followers is going to be a 12-hour live stream. That's a guarantee. We'll celebrate our 200 first followers. So what you can barely see are the mana points. So we have 84 admin, 98 dip, and 98 military power. But then these little flags, I know you can see the flags because I can see them very clearly. Well, I guess here this is the government reforms page. We're not going to do that because government reforms are complicated and we don't have enough for it. We could actually get up to tribal despotism and then up to tribal monarchy at some point. And eventually at the end, you can become an actual horde. So we're going to want to do this. This is confusing to me because I have never had to do this before, but we're going to get into this at some point. I'm assuming it costs something. Look, a system where a tribe is controlled by an individual ruler with unlimited power and the ability to exercise any action without consequence or retribution, often ruling through fear. I cannot change my reform on this level due to the reform steppe nomads being enacted. So because I'm a steppe nomad, this is what we are. So I can't pick a tribal despot and I can't pick a tribal monarchy. All I have is this. Okay, but then I can go up to tier 2, which is martial society. Removes 100 of your government reform progress, makes sense, but then gives me more national manpower, or I can get taxes and yearly corruption reduction. That's kind of cool. Then the next time up, I can go religious or lip service, which gives bonuses. Then I can go up to modernization, which will be 200. Oh, so it's a geometric raise. Or I get states and absolutism. That's good. And then at the end, I could become a monarchy, a republic, a theocracy, or an actual horde, which is really tempting. Steppe nomad government reforms gives national manpower. We already have that. Has not enacted the Great Mongol State. Ooh, we can implement the Great Mongol State. Interesting. We'll figure all that out later. That's new to me. I don't understand what that is. Go away. That's production. That's how we build things. We'll talk about building later. But I've got 2 advisors here. So you saw the 1 red flag. That's something that you have to deal with, or bad things happen. These are things that you probably want to deal with. So we're going to look at this. We can enact a couple of decisions right now, which can give bonuses and detriments. So we're going to take a look at each one of these. I can click this button to say, hey, ignore this decision, and it's not going to pop up here anymore. So I can adopt the title of Khalifa until the death of me, which gives me yearly prestige plus 0.5 and move towards legalism. Yes, we're going to do this because we want to move towards legalism. Legalism is very, very good. We'll talk about that in a minute. Crimea gets announcement of sect practices until the end, which gives national unrest -1 and move towards legalism. Perfect. We want that. Missionary strength versus heretics. Yes, absolutely. So all of those were good policies. We can become the Golden Horde. We become the Golden Horde. We become an empire, which is good. We have an event that happens. We get a permanent claim on all of this other stuff. We get increased centralization for 20 years, which gives us increased unrest, but better attitude change and gain prestige. I believe our tag changes. Yes, tag changes to Golden Horde. Our missions change. Everything changes. We can restore the Mongol Empire, which changes our capital. We become the Mongol Empire. We become an empire. We enact the Great Mongol State Tier 1 government reform. We get increased centralization until whenever. In order to do the Golden Horde, we must have cores in Tambov, Astrakhan, Nogay, Sarai, Kipchak, Chimchitura, Kazan, Kazimov, Mansour. We have to own the countries of Tver, Moskva, Ryazan, Vladimir, Yaroslav, Suzdal, and we have to own at least 30 cities. So if we have all those things, then we can become the Golden Horde, which we will probably try and do. Otherwise, we can become the Mongols, which one of the following must be true. We are the Golden Horde, so we have to become the Golden Horde first. Perfect. Then, we have to have all the colonized provinces in the Mongolia region. All the provinces of Central Asia and the Pontic Steppe, Beijing, Nanjing, Khanate, Khorasan, Persia, Moskva, and Kyrgyzstan. If we have all of that, we can become the Mongol Empire. So I think we have a new goal. I think we're going to try and become the Mongols. So why can't we do this? We have to complete innovative, and then we can get idea costs. Ooh, that's sexy. Trying to do that. So we got to complete some innovative ideas. If we've embraced global trade, which will take forever, we can found an Indian trade country to get money, merchants, and trade power. We would actually get the Great East India Trading Company, so that's kind of cool. State firearm ordinance, there's military tech 6 and army professionalism to get land maintenance modifier penalty, but drill gain. So drilling the troops is good. Oh my god, it's 20 minutes. All I'm trying to do is tell you what's going on. I haven't even played. We will be playing this game. Let's go through this real quick. I'm just going to set up. I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm just going to get set up. First things first. Why are we losing money? We are losing money because fort maintenance, state maintenance, army maintenance, fleet maintenance. So let's get rid of some ships. Any ships. I want barks. More so than I want the transports. Is there a mission tree now? Yes, there is. We were actually just by there. I should have shown it to you, but we will get there. I don't really want the cogs. Don't think we need transport ships. I'm gonna try and sell the cogs and make some money. So let's split these guys out. Hey you. Hey you. Let's see if anybody wants to sell these. You want to buy some ships? You don't like me. Oops, wrong button. Can we get out of here? Thank you. Who likes me? Hey you. You don't like me either. Hey you. You want some ships? Do you like the third fleet? No? Not even for the low cost of nothing? Hey you. What? No, you don't get a gift. You want some ships? No. Hey you. You want some ships? I bet it's just because there's too many ships. Hey Trebizond. Want some ships? I might just disband them, honestly. They're costing me a lot of money. Fleet maintenance is 0.53 ducats. I mean, we can lower our army maintenance, which I might do. We actually only have one fort that's a level 3 fort. I thought we had 3 forts, so we're gonna need to build some more forts here. But we got to make money. We can't not make money. Not making money is bad. We need to make money. And we also want some advisors. So let's take a look at our trade. We have somebody in Astrakhan steering. Would it make sense to send somebody to... Well, it's the only upstream node. I guess we collect from here for now. So we'll collect trade from here. And we'll go for that. That'll hopefully get our trade value up. Oh my god, the hotkeys are wrong. The hotkeys are wrong. No. Okay. It's fine. Figure that out. And we lower army maintenance for now. We're not planning to go to... Well, we are... Wait, hold on. We were trying to do... Let's get some alliances and stuff set up before we do that. But that's why we're losing money. So I can't get a divisor right now, which is very unfortunate. We have to create some more stuff that's going on. They would like an advisor. We do have a trait. The silver tongue, improve relations. Oh, nice. Oh god, he is so awful. What do with you? We're not going to disinherit you. That's dumb. But we will make you into a military ruler and hope that you die a horrible, horrible death. Hey, you! We should be friends. Let's be friends. I'm going to have to actually tick the game into motion now because I want to be friends with you as well. Now that we both hate each other. So we'll get to that. It's not much. The trade was 0.99, so hopefully that will go higher. Technology is going to take forever. Oh my god, we have a 50%. Oh my god, we're so far behind feudalism. Oh, 0.21, 0.19, 0.14, 14, 15, 17. Oh, this is going to be like 80 years before we can actually get this. Tech is so expensive. Meanwhile, there are literally countries starting to prepare for the Renaissance, and we can't even think about getting to it. Oh, that's so gross. Alright, that's fine. Ideas we'll talk about later because we can't even get them. Here's our mission tree. So these are the things we need to do. We need to own all these things in order to unite the Tartars. So Saratov, Sarai, Astrakhan, Kazan, Nogai, which we're going to have to do eventually anyway. It's basically trying to get us to become the Mongols. If we had trustworthy allies, so if we had at least 2 countries with allies with opinions of us, so we can get that, which would give us Diplo Rep +1 for 25 years, which is good. If we have an income of at least 7.2, then we can get construction cost reduction, which is good. This is specifically a Crimean thing, so the things with the flags are specifically for us. These are generic. So if we have at least 25 cities, and in Azov we own, and in Crimea we own, then we have completed this mission and we'll get permanent claims in all of these places. So this is in Azov, right? This whole region basically is saying if I get these 4 things back, then we'll be able to go. That's right. Can I don't think I can. I think I'm just gonna have to attack you. We're gonna want to spy on him. We'll get there. All right, so that's the mission tree. It's really cool. And then we can subjugate Ryazan. So if we own Ryazan and have at least 25 cities, then we get claims in all of that. Basically, this is how you get the horde again, right? So that's what we're trying to do. So all of these are ways that we can get permanent claims on stuff, and eventually we can invade China, which is really cool. We'll get there. We don't have any policies because we haven't completed anything, so we don't have to worry about that. Stability and expansion, we're good. This is like going to be a half-hour video. We haven't even ticked 1 day yet. 2 videos in. So we don't have to worry about that. Here's the religion. Okay, so here's why legalism is so good. When you have 100 legalism, your national tax modifier is up by 20%, your national manpower modifier is up by 20%, and your tech cost is reduced by 10%. When you're a mysticism, your missionary strength goes up, your morale of armies goes up, and your fort defense goes up. That's great if you're trying to do nothing but fight a war. However, we're trying to run a country. So we want to have the most taxes and everything else that we can because, honestly, the rest of it takes care of itself. Plus, we have 100% religious unity. We don't need the other stuff right now. So right now we're at an 8% tax modifier, an 8% manpower modifier, and technology cost is reduced by 4. So that's good. So as we get to tech, which is, where's tech here? Oh, that's ideas. Here's tech. This tech it's increased by 50%. Oh, it won't tell me? I have to lower that. It's increased by 50% because of stupid feudalism. But it's then reduced by Hanafi and legalism both. So it's not as bad. It's just... Military is military. So when I talk about pips, this is what I'm talking about. Here are my pips. I have 1 offensive shock and 1 defensive shock. 1 offensive morale and 1 defensive morale. But they suck because their comparative values are weak. So we need more people. Talks about the Navy. Talk about all these stats. The one thing I want to do is my heir is going to be a military leader because he's garbage. He's actually not awful for a leader though. 034 is the minimum, but at least the 3 is in the shock, so it can do something. We're going to sign him here and hope he dies so we can get a better heir. And I think I want to drill them. I think it costs money though. So if my money right now, 1.4, yeah, I remember some shortcut keys. It's 3.29 army maintenance. If I drill with these guys to make them better, still 3.29. We'll see if that changes when the clock changes, which we're going to do next time. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. And of course, if you're not watching on Twitch, you should be twitch.tv/purplefrogplays. If you're watching on YouTube, though, I really do appreciate it, and hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, click the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay updated to everything that happens. Until next time, cheers.